Good evening, children. Today is our third day, right? I think during our last two lessons, last 2 weeks, we conduct two classes for you. In that two classes, I mainly focus your attention on the first two papers. It means I discuss with you the revision paper number 1 and also I discuss with you the third term paper for Northeastern Province. I discuss with you my paper number 1 and also I discuss with you this paper, this third term paper of Northeastern Province. The last week we discussed this paper. Some parts we was unable to discuss in the last week. So today I will going to start with this paper. First please take the answers of the last week's paper. First we'll complete that paper. Last week we discussed this paper. No? First we'll complete the remaining part of the last week's lesson. Right? We are going to complete the remaining part of the last week's lesson. We have discussed question number 6. Now if anybody have not tried the answers, please write the answers with me. Now discussing question number 6 in this paper. Wait, don't, not this one, right? Not this paper. Not this one. Not this one, right? Still, first we are going to discuss this paper. This Northwestern Points of third term. First we will discuss it. Turn to question number 6. Turn to question number 6. Right? We're discussing question number 6. Now anybody, if you have not tried the answers, please write the answers with me with the red pens only. Right? I will discuss the homework also. First write the answers with me with using the red pen. Right. First start question number 6. We are going to start with question number 6. Right. Pathum and Utum wrote numbers between 1 and 50. Pathum and Utum wrote numbers between 1 and 50 on a cardboard and tied a thread between the two numbers as below. Then they advised their sister to hang the multiples of 9 on the thread. So there were two friends, namely Pathum and Utum. One was Pathum, the other one was Utum. Right? Two names, two friends. They were hanging numbers on a thread. From number 1 to number 50. Just think he is a Pathum, this one is Utum. Right? They have numbers which are marked from 1 to 50. Right? They have marked numbers from 1 to 50. Right? Number 1, write down all the multiples of 9 between 1 and 50. Very easy question. Write down all the multiples of 9 between 1 and 50. So it started, the first one is 9, next one 18, 27, 36 and 45. Right? 9, 18, 27, 36 and 45. These are the answers. The multiples of 9 between 1 and 50. Right? Multiples of 9 between 1 and 50. The answers are 9, 18, 27, 36 and 45. Right. So please write the answers with the red pen. Next one, number 2. Of these numbers, which is the greatest multiple of 9? Of these numbers, what is the greatest multiple of 9? The greatest multiple of 9 is 45. So the answer for number 2 is 45. The answer for question number 2 is 45. Right? Answer for row number 2 is 45. The highest number of the multiples of 9 is 45. The highest number of multiples of 9 is 45. Next one, number 3. Row number 3. What is the triangular number between these hanged numbers? What are the triangular numbers that between the hanged numbers? What are the triangular numbers with these numbers? What are triangular numbers between the hanged numbers? They are asking about only the multiples of 9. Right? In the question they are telling clear that Pathum and Utum wrote numbers between 1 and 50 on a cardboard and tied a thread between the two numbers as below. Then they advised their sister to hang the multiples of 900. And remember, on this thread, they wrote all the numbers in some cards. Pathum and Utum, ඒගොල්ලෝ sisters වලට කිව්වට numbers ලියන්න කියලා කියන 50ට මේ thread එකේ එල්ලන්නේ 9 වල multiples ටික විතරයි. මේ thread එකේ එල්ලන්නේ 9 වල multiples ටික විතරයි. එතකොට මෙතන අපිට ආන්සර් එක ආව මෙතන ෆස්ට් නම්බර් එක කියලා තිබ්බේ 9 න මල්ටිපල්ස් ටික ලියන්න කියලා 1 and 50 අතර මේ තමයි ආන්සර්ස් ටික මෙතන ඒකේ අතර වැඩිම නම්බර් තියෙන්නේ 45 නම්බර් 3 එකේ අහන්නේ රෝම් නම්බර් 3 එකේ අහන්නේ මෙතන මේ හැංග් කරපු නම්බර්ස් ටික මෙතන තියෙන 9 18 27 36 45 නේ මෙන්න මේ නම්බර්ස් පහෙන් අපේ triangular numbers එකට ගන්න පුළුවන් numbers දෙක මොනවද කියලා අහන්නේ there are two answers two triangular numbers 36 and 45 the answer is 36 and 45 on the hanging numbers 36 and 45 both numbers are triangular numbers there are two answers right you write both answers 36 and 45 are the triangular numbers 36 and 45 are the triangular numbers 36 and 45 are the triangular numbers please write the answer correctly right 36 and 45 are the triangular numbers. Next one, part B. There are some plane figures drawn on the given board. Write the names of the plane figures on it. There are some plane figures drawn on the given board. Write the names of the plane figures given below. Right. First one. What is A? A is a trapezium. A is a trapezium. What is B? B is a square. C, a rectangle. C, a rectangle. D, a parallelogram. D, a parallelogram. E is a triangle. E is a triangle. Under the answers again. They have now A, B, C, D, E. Right? A, B, C, D, E. A is a trapezium. B is a square. C is a rectangle. D, parallelogram. E is a triangle. E is a triangle. Do the answers, mark the answers with me. D is a parallelogram. E is a triangle. Mark the answers. Write the answers in a quick time, right? Because I need to erase the board. The reason is I want to do the video somewhat far. The reason is that during this time period of 1.5 hours, there are some points that I need to cover, right? So if you work hard, you work more speed, it will be easy for me. I can erase the board easily. So write the answers very fastly. First one, next question. Right. Before answering the next question, I want to tell something. Now, I think this is the third week. This is our third week's lesson. Now, I think during this period, although you were unable to conduct classes, we were meeting through the videos. So I think you have a good knowledge. Your knowledge is been always updating. Right? Mass knowledge you are getting up doing these papers. You are updating your knowledge. So it's very important. Because I told you in the first two videos also, when you are going to grade 7, we need these things. Right? Without this grade 6 knowledge, these are the basic things. Without this grade 6 basic things, you can't work in grade 7. Right? So these are very important. And also I must tell you something. Now when some children they are taking the people from the institute, they have told to me that every day they are coming to the institute. Right? Every day they are coming to the institute. So I told to them, don't give papers without on Sunday. They are only giving you the paper on Sunday. So Monday. Right? On Monday this is the only day that you can take the papers from the institute. Right? Monday is the only day that you can take the paper. Other days you can't take the math paper and the science paper also. You can take only on Monday. Right? You can take only on Monday. Right? Your class date, you know, the normal class date is on Tuesday. Tuesday at 7 p.m. That is the normal time. That does not change. Right? Tuesday at 7 p.m. is the normal date. The class date is Tuesday at 7 p.m. But remember about that one also. Only on Monday you can take the paper. Right? Think about that. Tell to your parents on Monday. You can go to the institute and take. From next week, our science teacher and I thought of giving the papers, all the papers at one time. It means for next week you will have all the papers at one. If in the next week you can go to the institute and take all the papers. It means all the 3 papers. ලබන සතිය ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ලබන සවුන්දට ක්ලාස් එකේ ලබන සතිය පේපර්. මේ හත් දිනේ මේ ඊළඟ සතිය ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගන්නකොට ටියුට් එකට මේ මාස අදාළ ටියුට් එක ඔක්කොම. ඒතර ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් එකට එක දවසක් ඉන්න ඕනේ. මම කියන තේරුණාද? ලබන සතිය ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ගියාට පස්සේ මේ මාසෙම අදාළ ටියුට්ස් ටික ඔක්කොම හම්බ වෙනවා. හරිද? මේ මාසෙ ටියුට්ස් ටික ඔක්කොම හම්බ වෙන එකකින්ද ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කිසි වරදයක් නැතුව ටියුට්ස් ටික ගන්න පුළුවන් ලබන සතිය. රයිට් හැමදාම එන්න ඕනේ මේ මාසෙමයි එන්න ඕනේ නැහැ එතකොට. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරදර සතියින් හතේ හැමදාම ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් එකේ කරදරයනේ. පේරන්ට්ස් වල දෙන හින්දා ඒකින්ද අපි තීරණය කරා ඔක්කොම මාස 10 සියලු පේපර් ටික ඔක්කොම එකට දෙන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ. ලබන සතිය ඔයගොල්ලන්ට එහෙම හම්බෙන්නේ ලබන next week papers ටික ඔක්කොම එකට හම්බෙන්නේ. හරිද? ඒතරේ papers ටික කරන්න. right? Right. Number 7. Question number 7. Write down. Now there's a bucket is there. Right. Write down all the unit fractions used to decorate the board. Write down all the unit fractions which are used to decorate the board. Right. What are unit fractions? We learned in the last 2 weeks. So unit fractions are the fractions with numerator 1. Unit fractions are the fractions with numerator 1. So what are the answers? What are the answers? The answers are, number 7, the answers are 1/3, 1/3, 1/8, 1/7. These are the answers. 1/3, 1/8 and 1/7. They are the only fractions with numerator is 1. They are the only fractions with numerator 1. Right, the answers now 1/3, 1/8 and 1/7. Right, write the answers. Next one, write down all. Now if somebody doesn't know what is unit fraction, if somebody doesn't know unit fraction, please write it. What is unit fraction? Fractions with numerator 1. Fractions with numerator 1 is known as unit fraction. If you don't know these things, please write it. Unit fractions. Right? The fractions with numerator 1. Next one, number 2, they are asking about proper fractions. What are proper fractions? What are proper fractions? Recall your lessons. What is proper fractions? What is proper fractions? I gave you some time to write these things. Guys, what is proper fractions? Proper fractions are the fractions with denominator is always higher than the numerator. If fraction is there with denominator higher than the numerator, they are known as proper fractions. Right? If you don't know the basic definition, fractions with denominator higher than the numerator. Right? Fractions with denominator higher than the numerator. They are proper fractions. So what are the examples in here in the bucket? 1/3 is answer, 1/8, 5/8, 1/7, 5/6, 2/5 and 3/4. How many answers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 answers must be there. Right? 7 answers must be there. There are 7 proper fractions in this bucket. There are 7 proper fractions. Now check whether your answers are correct. Check whether your answers are correct. Check it. You can see that 7 answers are there. Right? 7 answers are there. 7 answers are there. Mark it, mark it. Next one, right. Number part B. Part B. Fill in the blanks using these symbols. Fill in the blanks using these symbols, right? Fill in the blanks. 1/7 blank 1/6. Number 2, 3/4 blank 5/8. Right? 1/7 blank 1/6. Number 2, 3/4 blank 5/8. Right? Now you must select the largest, must use the symbols and find the largest symbol, largest fraction. Right? So which one is the larger one? When you compare 1/7 and 1/6, when we compare 1/7 and 1/, which one is larger? 1/6 is larger than 1/7. What is the reason for it? During the last 2 weeks also we were discussing about comparing of fractions. I told you that last week also, if numerators are equal, the fraction with smaller denominator is the highest fraction. So when you compare 1/7 and 1/6, their numerators are equal. Then the fraction with smaller denominator is the larger fraction. The answer is 1/6. The symbol should be this one. Right? Symbol should be this one. The greater sign for 1/6. Right? When you compare 3/4 and 5/8, what happens? When we compare 3/4 and 5/8, we know that here either the numerator or denominator are not equal. Either the numerator or denominator are not equal. So what do you want to do? We want to make a common denominator for the both fractions. You know that we can make an equivalent fraction for this one. How to make an equivalent fraction for this one, 3/4? We can multiply it by 2. 3/4 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. This side doesn't change. So it means 6/8 and 5/8. The fractions are these two. 6/8 and 5/8. 6/8 and 5/8. From these two fractions, what this feature you observe? In these two fractions, denominators are equal. In these two fractions, denominators are equal. So the larger fraction is the fraction with higher numerator. If denominators are equal, the larger fraction is the fraction with higher numerator. So this is the answer. The first one now is row number 2. This should be 3/4 is always higher than 5/8. 3/4 is always higher than 5/8. Right? Mark the answers. If your answers are wrong, please mark it. If you don't know this method, please write down the methods. I will give you some enough time. Right? Write it down. Next one, part C, find the values. Part C, find the values. Okay. Part C, find the values. On the upcoming weeks, I will send you the link of the homework discussion. Right? I will send you the video of the homework discussion. In the extra day. On extra day, I will send you the homework discussion of the last 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks එක අපිට කරගන්න බැරි දේවල් ටිකක් තියෙනවානේ. අන්න ඒකේ වීඩියෝ එකක් මම next week එකේ දානවා. ඒකේ ඔක්කොම ටික combine එක. يعني week එකේ තුනදී අපිට කරගන්න බැරි වෙච්ච අර ඉතුරු first 2 weeks එකේ වීඩියෝ එකේදී අපිට කරගන්න බැරි වෙච්ච පාඩම් ටිකයි ඉගෙනන ටිකයි අද අපිට ඉතුරු වෙන ගණන් ටික ඔක්කොම දාලා මම වීඩියෝ එකක් හදලා තියෙනවා. මේ වීඩියෝ එක next week එකේ extra date එකේ මම link එක දාන්නම් ඒකේ. කියන ඔක්කොම ඉතිරි පාඩම් ටිකයි අපිට ඩිස්කස් කරන්න බැරි වෙච්ච ගණන් ටිකයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ හෝම්වර්ක් ඩිස්කෂන් එකයි මම ටෙක්ස්ට් ගිය සතියේ මම ඔයගොල්ලෝ හෝම්වර්ක් එකක් දුන්නා ටෙක්ස්ට් බුක් එකේ හෝම්වර්ක් ටිකක් දුන්නා නේද? ඒ හෝම්වර්ක් එකේ ඩිස්කෂන් එකයි ගිය සතියේ අපිට බැරි වෙච්ච ගණන් ටික ඔක්කොම ටික එක වීඩියෝ එකකින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මම ලින්ක් එක දාන්නම් අද දවසක ඉන්ෆෝම් කරලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ. හරිද? ඒක තියෙන මේක දවසට අමතරව. එක්ස්ට්‍රා ඩේටා වීඩියෝ දාන්නේ මේවට අමතරව දාන්න. Compare these two fractions, 1 over 7 and 1 over 6. Which one is larger? 1 over 7 and 1 over 6. No, the larger one is this one. Here the larger one is 6 over 8. Right. Now we are in part C. Right. Now we are in part C. First one, 2 over 5 plus 1 over 5. It's very easy. You can find that denominators are equal. So we can just easily simplify it. 2 plus 1 means 3. 3 over 5. The answer is 3 over 5. Next one, number 2. Room number 2. 3 over 7 plus 1 over 14, right? 3 over 7 plus 1 over 14. From these two fractions, you know that here they doesn't find a common denominator. One denominator is 7, one is 14. So we have to make a common denominator. The first thing we must do is to make a common denominator. Here denominator is 7. So we can make an equivalent fraction for this one. We can make it also into 14. We can make this number is also into 14. How to convert this number into 14? 3 over 7 multiplied by 2 is also multiplied by 2 plus 1 over 14. What is the answer? 3 multiplied by 2 means 6. 7 multiplied by 2 means 14 plus 1 over 14. The answer is 7 over 14. The answer is 7 over 14. If I did, the answer is 7 over 14. The answer is 7 over 14. Right? The answer is 7 over 14. Mark it. Right? The answer is 7 over 14. I'm going to discuss with you that question again. Number 2. Because it is the board. Right? We are in question number 7, part C, row number 2. 3 over 7 minus 1 over 14. I am going to redo it. Right? Redo that question. I told you the question also. You find it that here there isn't a common denominator. Here is 7, 1 is 14. Right? So you have to collect the common denominator. 7 multiplied by 2, 3 also multiplied by 2, 1 over 14. The answer is 6 over 14 minus 1 over 14 means 5 over 14. The answer is 5 over 14. Right? The answer is 5 over 14. The answer is 5 over 4. Next one, part 3. Problem number 3. Right? 7 over 8 minus 1 over 2. In this part also you can clearly see that the denominators are not equal. So we need to make this denominator into small denominator into the other one, 8. So how to make this one into 8? Multiply the denominator by 4. If denominator is multiplied by 4, the numerator also should be multiplied by 4. What is the answer? 7 over 8 minus 1 over 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. What is the answer? 7 over 8, 4 over 8. The answer is 3 over 8. The answer is 3 over 8. Mark the answers. The answer is 3 over 8. Right? The answer is 3 over 8. Next one. Now we are complete this. Now I am going to discuss with you this one. Revision paper number 2. I am going to discuss with you revision paper number 2. This one, right? I will send you, I told you earlier also, I will send you an extra video which contains the discussion of the homework. I will send you that video in the nearby future, next week, or it will take about next sometime 1 week or 2 weeks. During that video, I will discuss all the homework that I didn't discuss in the last 2 weeks and today. Right? I am going to discuss all the homework which I didn't discuss in the last 2 weeks and the today's remaining part also. Right? I send you a video. Right? Now first mark these answers and get ready with the answers of revision paper number 2. This is revision paper number 2. Right? Take it now. First question, fill in the blanks. Now we are in revision paper number 2. Fill in the blanks. Right? Fill in the blanks. Number 1, 110 centimeters. Number 1, 110 centimeters. We know that 1 meter means, last week also we discussed that 1 meter means 100 centimeters. 1 meter means 100 centimeters. Now they have given some blanks. So 110 meters means 1 meter and 10 centimeters. The answer should be 1 meter and 10 centimeters. Right? 110 centimeters means 1 meter and 10 centimeters. Next one, number 2. Write the square numbers out of the factors of 18. Write the square numbers of the factors of 18. First write the factors of 18. Now see the board. We are going to write the factors of 18. What are factors of 18? 1 multiplied by 18. Again, 2 multiplied by 9. 3 multiplied by 6. Only that, no? These are the factors of 18. Out of these factors, what are the square numbers? 9 is the only square number that we have. So answer is 9. Answer is 9. The only square number of the factors of 18 is 9. Only square numbers of the factors of 18 is 9. Next one, number 3. Write all the prime numbers number 3. What is the number represented by the study marks? What is the number represented by the study marks? Right. What is the number represented by study marks? 5, 10, 13. The number represented by study marks is 13. Number 4. Now you must work faster. Right. Number 4. Right. Question number 4 is on the board. Write all the prime numbers between 8 and 15. So what are prime numbers? What are prime numbers? If you don't know the meaning, please write the meaning. Now if anybody who is into the video doesn't know what's prime numbers, you can write prime numbers are numbers with only 2 distinct factors. Only 2 distinct factors. If anybody can't remember what is the prime numbers, please write it. Numbers with only 2 distinct factors is known as prime numbers. Write it fastly. If somebody can't remember what is prime numbers, right? Now you be honest for yourself. If you don't, you know that if you don't know what is a prime number, you can write prime numbers are numbers with only 2 distinct factors is known as prime factors. Or prime numbers. Factors of prime numbers. Right. Now tell me, what are the numbers between 8 and 15? Between 8 and 15, so we can't take 8 and 15. What are the prime numbers between 8 and 15? Check the numbers start from 8. We can't start from 8. Right? We can't start from 8. Start with 9. Is 9 a prime fact number? No. 10? No. 9 no, 10 no. 8 we can't take. Between 8 and 15, so we can't take it. 9 can't, 10 can't. 11? Yeah, 11 have only 2 factors. Only 1 and 11, so 11 can be taken. 12 can't. 13 can, no? Only 1 and 13, no? 14 can't. So answers are 11 and 13. The answers are 11 and 13. Right? The answers are 11 and 13. The answers are 11 or 13. Next to number 5. Write the correct answer, the position of A. What is the position of A? Position of A is on the circle. It means for 5 answer is row number 3. For question number 5, the answer is row number 3. The answer is on the circle. Next one, number 6. Express 2015 grams in kilograms and grams. Express 2015 grams in kilograms and grams. You know that 1 kilogram means 1000 grams. You know that 1 kilogram means 1000 grams. So 2015 grams means 2 kilograms and 15 grams. The answer is 2 kilograms and 15 grams. Right? The answers. Number 7. we are going to discuss with you number 7. Right? Number 7. I told you last day also, when you are making this video, you know that when making a video, there's a huge task under that. It's a very difficult task, means it takes some more time, because we need to make the video, right, the live video, and after that we have to edit that video and cut the unnecessary parts and put the regular things only, the daily things only. After that we need to upload that video, right? Before uploading it, we have to put it to the circular app, a certain app, and we have to minimize the number of the unit GB amount. We want to minimize the amount of GB amount, and we have to put on the app, and then again we want to upload it. So it takes a huge task. You are just watching from from your home, right? Under this process, there is a huge task to be done, right? So many people help us in this process, right? So we have to make it. So I told you in last 2 videos, so there will be some mistakes done. Don't think about that mistakes. Just try to take the maximum out of this thing, right? Take the maximum out of this thing, right? Number 7. Write 2 equivalent fractions for 4 to 10. Write 2 equivalent fractions for 4 to 10. Very easily we can write 2 equivalent fractions by dividing the both sides by 2. The answer is 2 to 5. One fraction is 2 to 5. One equivalent ratio is 2 to 5. We can write many. We can write on the one, no? By multiplying also we can write, no? 4 multiplied by 2, 10 multiplied by 2. What is the answer? 8 to 20 is also another answer. We can write many. 4 multiplied by 3, 10 also multiplied by 3. You can write 12 into 30. Any answer. Any correct answer is answer for this one. Equivalent ratio for this 4 to 10. Any suitable answer is correct. Right? We can write by dividing both sides by 2. We can write 2 to 5. By multiplying by 2, by 3, by 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can write many equivalent ratios. We can write many equivalent ratios. Next one, number 8. Number 8. We are going to discuss number 8. We are going to discuss number 8. Write the suitable number in the blank box. 4 to the power 3 equals 2 to the power blank. Right? 4 to the power 3 equals 2 to the power blank. Right? Now we can write the answers. What do you understand by 4 to the power 3? It is on 4 to the power 3. Base is 4. The index is 3. Index of power is 3. Right? 4 to the power 3 means 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. What is the answer? 4 multiplied by 4 means 16. 16 into 4 means 64. The answer is 64. Right? So which power of 2 is 64? Which power of 2 is 64? The answer should be 2 to the power 6. 2 to the power 6 is also 64. 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 2, 16, 16 times 2 is 32, 32 times 2 is 64. So answer should be 2 to the power 6. The answer should be 6. Right? 4 to the power 3 equals 2 to the power 6. The answer should be 2 to the power 6. Right? The answer should be 2 to the power 6. Mark it. Number 9. Number 9. Write the value represented by 6 in the number 5672. Write the value represented by 6 in the number 5672. What is the answer? The answer is 600. Very easy. Place values, right? Next one. Fill in the blanks. You must fill in the blanks. Number 10. What is the answer for number 10? Check it. Number 10. Now there is a number 4672. There is a blank space. Write the answer. The answer you get is 2011, like this way. Right. Now there is subtraction. There is subtraction. Now if you take 2 minus 1, you will get the answer yes 1. It should be 1. So how to get the answer yes 1? What should be the number? What should be the number at that point? Right. Now again, if we subtract 6 from this number, 7 minus 6 means again 1. Again also if you multiply 5 from here, 6 minus 5 is also 1. Then here 4 minus 2 is 2. Very easy one. So answer should be 2561. The answer should be 2561. Very easy question. Right? Next one, we are going to question number 11. We are going to discuss question number 11. Right? Write the numbers represented by PQR. Write the numbers represented by PQR. Write the numbers represented by PQR. Write the numbers represented by P, Q and R. Write the numbers represented by P, Q and R. Right. There's a number line mark. P equals to 2. P means 2. Q means 4. So Q means negative 2. Sorry, Q means negative 2. And R means 4. R means 4. Mark the answers. P equals 2. Q equals negative 2. And R equals 4. Number 12. Now these are very easy things, so that's why I am going it fastly. Number 12. Write the numbers that gives 50 when they round off to the nearest 10. Write the number that gives 50 when they round off to nearest 10. So what is the answer you get as 50 on these numbers? 55. If you round off 55, what is the answer? If you round off 55, what is the answer? Answer is 60. So we can't take 55. 54. When you round off 54, answer is 50. 47 also, the answer is 50. When you round off 44, we can't take, it is 40. So answer is 54 and 47. The answer is 54 and 47. The answer for question number 12. Number 13. Number 13. Now stop your work and see the board. Number 13. I told you during this time period, don't talk with the family members. Pay full attention to the video. Right? Pay your full attention to the video. You are just meeting only about 2 hours, in 1 week. So keep in your mind that you need to cover these things. Right? Okay. Number 13. There's a diagram there, mark it. This part is wall. This is floor. The ladder have been marked. And the ladder have been marked. This angle is X. This angle is X. The figure shows a ladder which is kept against a wall and it is vertically built. The figure shows a ladder which is kept against a wall and it is vertically built. Number 1. Write the type of angle between the ladder and the floor which is represented by X. Now they have marked the angle named as X. They are asking number 1, what is this angle X? We clearly see that the angle marked as X is an acute angle. The answer should be a acute angle. The answer is acute angle. Number 2, they are asking about what is the angle formed between the wall and the floor. Between the wall, this is the wall, this must be the wall, and this is the floor. What is the angle formed? This is the angle formed. Very easy. What is the angle between the wall and the floor is? Between the wall and floor is a right angle. The angle formed between the wall and the floor is a right angle. Very easy questions, right? Number 14. We are going to number 14. This is number 13. Now if you don't get the answer script, please mark it. Number 1 answer is acute angle. Number 2 is right angle. Number 2 is right angle. Right. Number 14. Number 14. They have given 3 fractions for us. 1/7, 1/5 and 1/9. Out of these fractions, you know that in the last 2 videos we discussed all the numerators are equal. So these kind of fractions are known as, if the numerator is one, these kind of fractions are known as unit fractions. What is the name? Unit fractions. Right? If in unit fractions, I told you, if numerators are equal, the larger fraction is the fraction with smaller denominator. So this one is the largest one. This one is the largest one, is the middle one. Middle one is this one. Middle one, this one is the smallest one. This is the middle one. This one is the smallest one. 1 over 5. The other is about taking the larger one is 1 over 5. If numerators are equal, the larger fraction is the fraction with smaller denominator. The answer is 1 over 5. So if the answer is 1 over 5, the largest one. And the smallest one, the middle one is 1 over 7, and the smallest one is 1 over 9. What is ascending order? Now already we have gone about 1 year. There are some students, they still don't know what is ascending order. What is ascending order? Ascending order is mean from the smaller one to the bigger one. Ascending order means from the smaller one to the bigger one. The smallest one? The smallest one is 1 over 9. Next one 1 over 7. The largest one is 1 over 5. This is the answer. 1 over 9, 1 over 7 and 1 over 5. Where is it? Number 14. Right? Number 14. Number 15. Number 15. What is the shape of the face of a regular tetrahedron? What is the shape of the face of a regular tetrahedron? What is the shape of the face? Equilateral triangle. The shape of the face of a regular tetrahedron is equilateral triangle. There must be equilateral word. Equilateral triangle. The answer is equilateral triangle. Right. The answer is equilateral triangle. Next one, number 16. Number 16. Number 16. Number 16. Subtract from 8.05. You want to subtract how many? 6.37. From 8.05. We need to subtract 6.37. What is the answer here? What is the answer? 15 minus 7. The answer is 8. 15 minus 7 is 8. So we can't subtract 5 minus 7, you know it. So we borrow 1 from this side, so it means 15 minus 7 means 8. So here there is 0, no? So we have to borrow from this place. This becomes now 9, there was 10. And if you borrow 1 from the other side, the answer becomes 9. Here the answer is 9. 9 minus 3 means 6. If you borrow 1 from the other side, the remaining part is 7. 7 minus 6 means 1. The answer is 1.68. The answer is 1.68. Right? The answer is 1.68. Next one, number 17. If the x equals 15, find the value of 30 minus x. Very easy. X is 15. 30 minus 15 means 15. You just need to substitute the values. X means 15. 30 minus 15 means 15. Number 18. Number 18. Right. Number 18. Number 18. A certain TV program is telecasted from 3:30 p.m. to 4:25 p.m. Calculate the time duration of a program. Now this question, you can write the answer without using any calculation. You can just think the time period from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. means what? The time duration of 3:30 to 4:30 means 1 hour. It means 60 minutes. From that, it is only until to 4:25. So it means you need to subtract 5 from that. The answer should be 55. The answer should be 55. Very easy one, right? The answer should be 55 minutes. Just you can take the answer without any calculation. Right? You can obtain the answer without any calculation. The answer is 55 minutes. The time duration is 55 minutes. Because the time duration from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. is 1 hour. It means 60 minutes. Now here it is until only 4:25. So 4:25 means you have to subtract 5 from 60. It means 55 minutes. The answer is 55 minutes. Number 19. A very easy question. We have to separate this into two groups. You can separate this into two groups as fruits and vegetables. Very easy. Fruits, there is mango, cabbage is a vegetable, carrot is a vegetable, here is pineapple and apple. Here are beans. So answers are this, very easy. Fruits and vegetables, right? Fruits and vegetables. Mango, pineapple, apple. Mango, pineapple, apple. Here cabbage, carrot and beans. Cabbage, carrot and beans. Number 20. Number 20. Right. Number 20. Time is enough, I think. Number 20. 9 liters and 750 milliliters of fuel is filled in a tank. The maximum volume is 15 liters. Find the remaining volume of the tank. Very easy. Now already in a tank, let's say, just take this example as a tank. In this tank, the volume, the complete volume of this tank is 15 liters. Already now 9 liters and 750 milliliters are there. Now they are asking from what's the remaining part. So what was the remaining part? Very easy. Liters, milliliters. 15 liters means 15,000 milliliters. No? Then 9 liters and 750 should be subtracted. Right here answer is 250. You know it. 1000 minus 750, you can't subtract from 0, borrow one from this side. It means 1000 minus 17 means 250. Here there is 14 minus 9 means 5. The answer is 5 liters and 250 milliliters. The answer is 5 liters and 250 milliliters. The answer is 5 liters and 250 milliliters. Answer is 5 liters and 250 milliliters. Write it fastly. Right. Now please take your homework books and write the homework. Write the homework now. All of you have to stop the work and write the homework now. Right? I'm going to write the homework, next week's homework. Right. Next week's homework, I am going to mark it. Next week's homework is you have to do speedy revision number 8. Speedy revision number 8. It means page number 34 is the homework, right? Homework speed revision number 8, page number 34, 35. Page number 35, 34, 35, 36 and 37. 36, page number 35, page number 36, and page number 37, 38 and 39. Page number 38, page number, remember that all the week you are at home. So you have more time to do this work. So you must do the speed revision number 8, right? Speed revision number 8, page number 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 and 39. These are the homework, right? 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 30. Remember, you must write the answers for part 1. It means page number 34 and 35 in the paper itself, right? This year write the answers in the paper itself. Part 1 එක උත්තර ලියන්න paper එකමයි. Right? Part 2 විතරක් separate papers use කරන්නේ. The homework, speed revision number 8, the whole paper. Right? Speed revision number 8, the whole paper. Mark it first. Homework, page number 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 and 39. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 and 39. Mark it, mark it. Mark the whole homework. Right. Now we are moving to part 2. We are moving to part 2 now. We are moving to part 2 now. Right, now I am going to part 2. First question. Part 2, first question. Part 2, first question. Now remember that during this video class we can't do the work that we did in the class. Right? So we can't do faster in the class. In the class I can observe that you are working or not. Right? But here I can't observe that you are working speed. So you have to work with me. You have to be ready to work with me my speed. Right? Part 2, question number 1. Part 2, question number 1. Part 2. We're discussing part 2. Right. First one. A. Number 1. Express the shaded region as a fraction of the whole figure. What is the answer? 2/8. You can see that 8. The small square has been divided into 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 parts. 2 have been colored. The answer is 2/8. Write an equivalent fraction to. Right now here 2/8 we can simplify it furthermore. 2/8 can be divided by both sides. Both numerator and denominator can be divided by 2. What is the answer? Answer is 1/4. The final answer should be 1/4. So if you don't simplify the final answer, please stop simplifying. The final answer is 1/4. We can divide the both numerator and denominator by 2. The answer is 1/4. Next one. Write an equivalent fraction for 3/5. Write an equivalent fraction for 3/5. The earlier also we discussed. We can write many equivalent fractions. I am writing only 2 here. First I am going to multiply 3/5 by 2. The answer is 6/10. Again I am going to multiply this 2 by 3 and 3. The answer is 9/50. So just mark the answers. Any acceptable answer is correct. So you can write by multiplying by any number. Remember that if you multiply the numerator, the denominator should be also multiplied by the same number. The next one. Number 3. What is the larger fraction out of 3/4 and 3/5? What is the larger fraction out of 3/4 and 3/5? What is the larger fraction out of 3/4 and 3/5? Very easy, we know that if numerators are equal, the larger fraction is the fraction with smaller denominator. So answer is 3/4. The answer is 3/4. Right? The answer is 3/4. Next one. Number 4. We are in room number 4. We are in room number 4 now. We are in room number 4. Just pay your attention for this for number 4. 3/4 plus 1/12. Very easy one. I can see that here 1's denominator is 4. 1's denominator is 4. The one is 12. So we know that we have to make this small denominator also into the bigger one. We have to make this one also into 12. How to convert this 4 into 12? We can convert this 4 into 12 by multiplying it by 3. So the numerator should be also multiplied by 3. We do it. 3/4 multiplied by 3 plus 1/12. 3 into 3 means 9. 4 times 3 means 12 plus 1/12. The answer is 10/12. This one 9 plus 1 means 10, 10/12. But this one is not the final answer. 10/12 is not the final answer. You can simplify the both sides by 2 and 2. The answer is 5/6. The final answer is 5/6. The final answer is 5/6. Part B. Final answer is 5/6. Now discussing part B. Part B now. Not enough time. Part B, there is to fill in the blanks. Right. 0.01 plus 7.1. There's a blank. Here again 4.35 plus 5.3 equals again blank. This one is a blank, blank, and again the blank. Very easy. Must fill in the blank. We start from here. Here also we need to add. This one should be added. 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1, I will use a black color pen to write the answers. 5 plus 1, 6. 0 plus 3, 3. 0 plus 4 is 4. Again here 1 plus 3 means 4. 7 plus 5 means 12. Right. Here 1 plus 1. Now see, I am going to do this calculation separately. 0.01 plus 7.1. 7.1, 7.10. 1, 1, 0 plus 7 means 7. So answer is 7.11. Here I am going to simplify it here. 4.35 plus 5.30. 5.3 means 5.3. We learn it. 5, 3 plus 3 means 6. 4 plus 5 means 9. 9.65. So you can write the answers straight away. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 9 means what? 16. So these are the answers. The blank spaces. These are the answers. Right. These are the answers for part B of question number 1. Right. Part B of question number 1. Now we are moving to question number 2. Right. We are moving to question number 2. Write the above number in standard form. Write this number in standard form. Right. Write the number in the standard. Remember that you must do that homework, the speed tuition homework in separate paper. Don't forget it. Speed tuition number 8. The whole paper. Right? I give you some homework. Right. Number 2. We are discussing number 2 of question number 2. 2a, right? 15, 67, 89, 245. Write this above number in standard form. Right? Earlier in the last 2 lessons also we discussed it. How to write the number in the standard form. I will again revise it too. We know that when you divide the numbers, any number in standard form, you have to divide into periods. One period consists from 3 digits. We have to start from the right side. 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 1. And again 1. So the answers you can write 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 4, 5. And after separating them into the zones, you can write the name of the zone. This is known as the units period or unit zone. This one is the thousands period. Thousands one. This one is the millions zone or millions period. Millions period, thousands period, and units period. Right. Write the above number in number 2. Write the above number in words. You can write it 156 million. Write it 156 billion. Now check your answers. 156 million 789,000. 156 million. Checking the answers. 156 million 789,245. The answer is 156 million 789,245. Mark the answers. One hundred and 245. Now we are moving to number 3. We are moving to number 3. Room number 3. Right? From this number, the value represented by 2. the value represented by 2 is how many times the value represented by 4. අපෙන් අහනවා දෙකේ ඉලක්කමෙන් represent කරන එක value එක හතරෙන් represent කරන value එක වගේ කී ගුණයක් වෙනද කියලා අපෙන් අහනවා. Now tell me what is the place value of 5? The place value of 5 is ones place. This is the ones place. This one tens place. This one is hundreds place. So if the place value is tens place, what is the value of 4? Value of 4 is 10 into 4 means 40. Here the place value is 100, digit is 2. 100 into 2 means 200. So how many times is 200 with comparing with 40? 5 times. The answer is 5 times. When you compare 240, 40 times 5 is 200. So the answer is 5 times. Part 4. What is the place value of 2 in the above number? The place value of 2, that is hundreds place. Answer for number 4 is hundreds place. Part B. Now they have marked a number line. They have marked a number line. Which fruit is the most expensive? Expensive කියන්නේ වැඩිය මිල මොකද්ද කියලා අහන්නේ. The answer should be apple. Part B, number 1 answer is apple. Number 2. Find the difference of the prices between the apple and the mango. How much is the apple? Apple is 28 and mango is 8. Mango is 20. What is the difference? Difference is how to find difference? From the higher one you want to subtract the smaller one. So answer is 28 minus 20. The answer difference is 8 rupees. Difference is 8 rupees. The difference is 8 rupees. Now I am moving to question number 3, main question number 3. Right? Now I am moving to main question number 3. Right. The price of 1 kilogram of rice is A rupees. The price of 1 kilogram of rice. 1 kilogram of rice is rupees A rupees. Right. If the price of 1 kilogram is increased by 10, find the new price. The price of 1 kilogram of rice is increased by 10. You have to find the new price. What is the new price? The earlier the price of 1 kilogram of rice is A rupees. Now it has been increased by 10 rupees. So what is the answer of the new price? For the new price, the new price is A plus 10. The answer is A plus 10. The new price is A plus 10. Earlier the price was A rupees. The price have been increased by 10 rupees. So 10 means A plus 10. Next one, number 2. If a person bought 1 kilogram of rice before increasing the price and gave 100 rupees to the trader, find the bill. Now this is the price after increasing it. It was A plus 10 rupees. The answer was A plus 10 rupees. But before increasing the price, it was A rupees. Before the value of rice was increased, the price of 1 kilogram of rice was A rupees. Now he went to the trader and he gave 100 rupees to the trader and he brought 1 kilogram of rice. They asked him what is the remaining amount. What is the remaining amount? Very easy. The price is A rupees. He gave 100 rupees. The remaining amount is 100 minus A. The answer is 100 minus a. Right? The answer is 100 minus a. The answer is 100 minus a. Next one, number 3. If a equals 75, find the value of the expression that obtained in row number 2. So if this one here a equals 75, they are asking the answer. It means 100, a equals 75. The answer is 25. The value is 25. Part B. I'm discussing part B. 3 to the power 3 multiplied by 5 to the power 2. I mean this one. 3 to the power 3 multiplied by 5 to the power 2. Right? Write the number given above in expanded form. First one, write this number in expanded form. 3 to the power 3 means number 3 is repeated 3 times. 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. Multiplied by 5 to the power 2 means number 5 is repeated 2 times. Number 5 is repeated 2 times. What is the answer? 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, 27. 27 times 5. What is the answer? 27 times 5. 5 times 7 is 35. 3 remains. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 and 3 means 13. 135. So 135 also should be multiplied again by 5. What is the answer? 5 times 5, 25. 2 remains. 5 times 3, 15 plus 2 means 17. 1 remains. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 means 6. The final answer is 675. Again tell it. 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 5 we find it was 135. 135 into 5 is 675. Let's write the answers now. Next one, number 4. Now I got to discuss main question number 4. The following table shows the coconut harvest of a certain coconut cultivation in 2017. The following table shows the coconut harvest of a certain coconut cultivation in 2017. Number 1. Represent the above information in a picture graph. Represent the above information in a picture graph. They have given us the one small circle denotes 4. They have given us the data that one small circle denotes 4. So we have to draw the picture graph only using circles. You can't use various symbols. Remember it well. You can't use various symbols. You have to draw the picture graph is only with circles. They have given us clearly that one circle equals to 4 coconuts. If one circle equals to 4 coconuts, what is the representation of half? Half means 2, 3/4. What is 3/4 representation? It is 6 and quarter. What is quarter? Quarter is 1. So here is 3 by quarter, 3/4 by 3, right? This one represents 4 coconuts. Half means 2, 3/4 means 3, quarter means 1. Right. Now we are representing in a picture graph. We are discussing question number 4. Now remember, when you get a picture graph, please be trained. Please, if the symbol is going, you have to use these symbols, and just you have to, can you in front of the question you can write a complete circle represents 4 coconuts. Half of the circle represents 2, 3/4 represents 3, quarter represents 1. You can mark it first. After that, it is easy for drawing us the picture graph. Right? It is easy for us to draw the picture graph. Picture graph. This side consists of months. This side consists of months. Mark it. If you are not drawn it, please draw it. This side you can mark the number of coconuts. You must mark the horizontal axis and the vertical axis. Number of coconuts. First month, January month. So they are starting from March. From March, in the month of March, how many coconuts are there? 38 coconuts are there. So how to represent 38? 4 times 8 is what? 32, no? 4 times 9 is 36. You can draw complete 9 circles. Complete 9 circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 36, no? 4 times 9 is 36. And 2 means you have to draw another half. Draw another half. Draw another half. Next one, June. On June, how many? 20. So 1 represents 4 means you can just draw only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 circles. March, June. Next one, August. What about August? August 26. How to represent 26? You can draw 4 times 6 is 24. 3 full circles, 4, 5, 6 full circles and another half. And another half. Answer is 26. March, June, August. Then October. What about October? The last month is December. October represents how many? 25. So 25 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 24, no? And 1 you can represent by quarter. 1 by quarter. This October. Last one, December, how many? So October 16, no? October 16. October means 16, no? October 16, December how many? 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 times 6 is 24 and 25 is this one. So answer is this one. The months and the number of coconuts. The months and the number of coconuts. The months and the number of coconuts. Right? March, June, August, October and December. Okay, mark it, mark it. If you have not marked something, please mark it. Mark all the things within the board. On the first week's discussion also we were discussing about the picture graph. Now again here's a picture graph here. I think now the time is enough. Number 2, room number 2. Number 2. We are going to discuss room number 2 now. Right, number 2. Which month has obtained the maximum harvest? You can see the maximum harvest in which month? On the month of March. You can see here 38 are represented. The answer is March. The answer is March. Next one. Find the total number of coconut plugged in 2017. Find the total number. Find the total number. What do you want to do? You want to add all these numbers. Add all these numbers. So you get the answer as 125. Check it, right? When you add all these numbers here 38, here 20, when you add all these numbers, here 26, here 20, again here 25. When you add all these numbers, you get the answer as the total should be 125. Number 2 answer is March. Number 3 answer is 125. Number 3 answer is 125. Right. If the price of a coconut is 50 rupees, find the total amount of rupees which can be obtained by selling all these coconut. Now, the price of one coconut is 50 rupees. They have altogether how many coconuts were there? 125 coconuts were there. To get the answer, very easily we can get the answer by multiplying 125 by 50. Get the answers by 125 multiplied by 50. So we can get the answer easily here. 50 times 5 is 200 and 50 times 5 is 250. 25 remains. 50 times 2 is 100 plus 125 is 125. Again 12 remains. 50 times 1 is 50 plus 12 means 62. So answer is 6250. The answer is 6250. The answer is 6250 rupees. Right? Rupees must be there. Right? The answer is 6250 rupees. The answer is 6200. The price of one coconut is 50 rupees. There were 125 coconuts was there. So answer is 6250 rupees. Right. Now we are moving to question number 5. We are moving to question number 5. Right. Answer the following questions by using the only above digits. Answer the following questions by using only the above digits. First one, write the composite numbers. Write the composite numbers. The answer is 8 and 4. The answer is 8 and 4. Write the composite numbers. We are discussing question number 5 now. The time is enough to write these things. We are discussing question number 5. 5a. Number 1, write the composite numbers. The composite numbers are 4, 8. We know composite numbers are numbers with more than 2 factors. If you don't know, please write it. Composite factors. What are composite numbers? What are composite numbers? The numbers which have more than 2 factors. So please write, if you don't know, please write it. More than 2 factors are known as composite numbers. Are known as the numbers which have more than 2 factors are known as composite numbers. Number 2, write a square number. The square number, number 2. The square number is 4. The square number is 4. Next one, number 3. Obtain a triangular number by adding the 3 digits given in the box. By adding 3 digits in the box, you have to obtain the triangular number. So what are the digits here? 8, 4 and 2 and 5. These are digits in this box. It consists of 8, 4, 2 and 5. By adding any of these 3 digits, we have to take a triangular number. We'll just try. Take the triangular numbers 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. After that 21, 20. These are triangular numbers. You know it. First 7 triangular numbers. You have by heart these triangular numbers, right? By adding any of these 3 numbers, what are the numbers that we can use? 8 plus 2 plus 5. The answer is 15. Now we can use 8 plus 2 plus 5. The answer is 15. Then you can use 8, you can use 2, or either we can use 5. Otherwise, what are these we can use? 8 plus 2 and 4 can't. 4, 2, 5, 7, 11 can't. Only 8, 2 and 5 I think. Only 8, 2 and 5. 8, 2 and 5. Number 4. Write the largest even number that can be written using all the above digits only one time. Remember, only one digit can be used only one time. You have to write the largest which number? Largest even number. So what is the answer? What is the answer? Largest even number. By using all these digits, 8,542. No, 8,542. The last number you can use using the numbers. Number 5. Write the least odd number that can be written using all the above digits in the given below. Or the least odd number, least one. Least odd number. Least odd number. If we start from 5 with the highest one. 2,854. What about it? 2,485. What about it? 2, 4, 8, and 5. Yes. The answer is 2,485. The least number we can write is 2,485. The least odd number we can write using these numbers is 2,485. 2,485. Right, the answer is 2,485. Part B. 5 university students stay in a room. 5 university students stay in a room and each pays 3,500 rupees for rental as month as a rental. Find the total amount of 5 students which should be paid for 10 months. Right. Now see this question. Now we are in part B. Now in part B now. Right. So now time is enough. Now we are in part B. Part B of question number 5. Part B of question number 5. Right answers. Then time is enough now. Last one is answer is 2,485. Right. Now we are in part B. There are 5 university students. 5 university students. 5 students are there. Which one student pays how many rupees? One pays how many rupees? 3,500 rupees as a monthly rental. As a monthly, one have to pay 3,500 rupees. Find the total amount of 5 students which should pay in 10 months. So tell me now for 1 month. 1 month, what is the price of, what is the amount given for these children? 1 month, how many? One student costs 3,500, the monthly rental is 3,500. There are 5 students, it means 3,500 into 5. What is the answer? 0, 0, 5,005 is 25, 2 remains. 5,003 is 15 plus 2 means 17,500 rupees. The monthly cost for all the 5 students is 17,500 rupees. Right? 17,500 rupees. The monthly cost for all the 5 students. Now we need to find for 10 months. Right. How to find for 10 months? 17,500 rupees multiplied by 10. What is the answer? 175,000 rupees. 175,000 rupees. The answer is 175,000 rupees. The answer should be 175,000 rupees. Now we are moving to number 6. Now I am moving to number 6. Here the answer is 175,000 rupees. Remember that we have to complete 2 more lessons. I can't remember that some classes I need to complete 2 more lessons. In some classes I need to complete about 1 more lesson. Right? So next day I am going to start algebraic expressions. In next day's video I am going to start with 2 algebraic expressions. Then that lesson is completely finished. After that we can complete the whole syllabus is completed. We are in some class, I think some other institute we have to complete about 2 or 3 lessons. I think I lastly stopped with 2 ratios. No? So we have to complete only 1 or 2 more lessons are there. So we can complete these lessons in next week. So I supposed to complete that lesson next week. Right? These algebraic expressions and algebraic symbols, we are going to use it in the next week. right? After that we can do another 2 more papers of this month completely. Then our syllabus is completely finished for grade 6 syllabus. Then for next month, on December month, we can start the grade 7 lessons. And we are going to start the grade 7 lessons from December 1st, right? December 1st we are going to start the grade 7 lessons, so be get ready with that. So when I told you again and again that when you are learning these days, you have to recall all these grade 6 lessons, not only in maths, in all the subjects, not in science, in history, in geography, all the subjects you have to go to the lessons and recall your past memory, because this is a huge fear that there's a huge wastage was there. You know that during the 12 months, after 12 months, about 9 or 10 months you are not going to school. All of your secondary life you're starting in grade 6. Of your grade 6 life, only about 1 month completely, 1.5 months you went to school. The all months you were staying at home. So a huge wastage of time. But remember, that you are not again. Next year you are not going to grade 6. The schools they are starting from grade 7. I think you are not able to write any term test in the school. You are submitting only assessments was there. No any term test to read in the school. So this year in grade 6, I think you was not able to write any term test. But in our class we write about 2 papers. No, you remember in the first term also we did a paper. In the last term also, in second term also, I used to give you a paper and I gave you a marks, and the ranks also was given, right? So you was able to do all the thing in grade 6. So for you, the students in my classes have no any problem, because I cover all the syllabus, all the lessons, and also I did the papers, and I do what you expected in grade 6 was doing there in the level, right? What you expected in grade 6 was done, more than the level was done for you. So you don't have anything, but you must have to go to the lessons and get ready, because although these things you are wasting, when you are going into grade 7, you need all these things. Without grade 6 knowledge, you can't work in grade 7. That is why I am again telling and telling. That is why I am doing more papers and more papers. That is why then I can recall all these past lessons. When I am discussing papers, we can discuss all the past lessons. Rather than doing a lesson, the most important thing is discussing it to papers. So although it is difficult for you to write answers, you have to get ready. Don't keep empty spaces in your paper. You have to write all the answers for paper. Try and write. Try to write something in the paper. Don't keep leave space. Don't keep empty spaces and write the answers, and I am discussing the answers in the video. Right? That is why just write any answer, any correct answer. You try and write the answer. Just read the questions. So if you can't understand in English well, read it 10 times. You can read it 10 times or 20 times and read it well and understand it. And write the answers. Right? Don't waste your time. I think in science we have more lessons in grade 6. Not only in science, in history, in religion, each and every subject you have more work. You have to cover all these things. Right? Alone you have to cover these things. You can take the help of the YouTube also. For each and every subject. If you don't have online classes, go to the YouTube and learn that subjects. The student who needs to learn, that's he who is learning. He's going to the YouTube and he's self-studying the lessons. Right? You can go to the YouTube. There are many videos. Just write the name of the subject. Many videos are uploaded. Many videos have been uploaded. Right? Go through them and learn them and cover your things. Cover the relevant things you have to learn in grade 6. Otherwise, it is really difficult to work in grade 7. You are not going to take these things in grade 7. It's very difficult. Right? So, that is why I am again telling, not only in maths, in all the subjects, you have to go through the lessons and work well. Right? Okay. I am moving to question number 6. We are moving to question number 6. First, write it if you have the time. Number 6. Number 6, part A. Number 6, part A. Now we are in question number 6. We are in question number 6, part A. Number 6, part A. Diagram have been given for you. they ask in the diagram is being drawn in the board. Question number 6, part A. When discussing question number 6, part A. One small square. One small square represents the area of 1 square centimeters. One small square represents the area of 1 square centimeters. Right? One small square represents the area of 1 square centimeters. First one, if the area of one small square is 1 square centimeters, find the area of the figure. Right, you can find it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 complete squares are there. These are 9, 10. 10 complete squares are there. Then when we combine these two halves, it makes another one. It means 11. And again this half together, another one. 11 plus 1 means 12. You get the answer as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So answer is 12 square centimeters. The answer is 12 square centimeters. The answer is 12 square centimeters. I think you all can understand it easily. I can tell it. One small square represents 1 square centimeter. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you combine these two halves, it makes another one. These two also another one. It means 12 square centimeter. Remember, the unit must be there. The unit must be there. 12 square centimeters. If you write 12 only, the answer is completely wrong. If its area, you know, is 12 square centimeters. 12 square centimeters. Right. Now we have come to the end of the today's lesson. The remaining part, I told you, the remaining part will be discussed in another video. I will send you the link of that one. Again, we are having the online class. Our normal date, this will change Tuesday at 7 p.m. That is the normal time, right? Tuesday at 7 p.m. we are going to have the class, right? Then you can, when I can send you the link at Tuesday 7 p.m. Then you can go to link and join the class, right? So I'm telling again, you do the other remaining part. If you have not done it, please do it and do the today. This week's tunes have been already given for you. Please do that tune also and complete it. And we'll meet again in the next video, next week's video, right? In that video, if sometimes there's extra video, I will send you the link before this Tuesday. I will send it. If there is some part to do, the remaining part පහුගිය සතිවලත් අපිට ඉතුරු චිටියක් තිබ්බනේ. අනේ ඒ ටිකත් දාලා වීඩියෝ එකක් මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දාන්නම් ඉතුරු ටික. ඉතින් ඒ ටික බලා ගන්න. අපි normal day එකදී Tuesday at 7 pm. හරිද? මට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ always stay at home. Take your safe, right? Take your safe and always be at home. Then again we'll meet on next week. Until that, goodbye and good night, children. Right.